recitation from the Quran. So we have a very young brother, mashallah, who has volunteered, Brother Faizan, he's volunteered to read to us and recite to us Surah Al-Fatiha. So we shall begin with him, inshallah.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdinas siratal mustaqim Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin.
Ameen. MashaAllah, Jazakallahu khairan, Faizan, for your very beautiful recitation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to flourish in the recitation of the Quran and may He make you a hafid of the Quran one day, inshaAllah. Everyone say Ameen. Okay, so we don't have long. We've got quite a lot to go through today. We have to be done by 7 o'clock. So I won't be speaking for too long because I don't want to bore you guys. Inshallah, hopefully we will have Mawlana Muhyiddin as well to come down and share a reminder with us, inshallah. And if we're lucky, maybe Ustad Farhan. But what I wanted to share with you guys, firstly, inshallah, before at the end we will give out some prizes, we'll give out some gifts, inshallah, to some lucky students, to some students who have been working hard and behaving well. So before we do that, that will take some time to call each student up. And we're even going to ask every teacher, including the ustads and the ustadas, to explain to us why they've chosen this student in about 30 seconds. So just want the teachers to be prepared for that as well, inshallah. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you all, young students, brothers and sisters, is we have now entered the Islamic month of Rabi'ul Awwal. So we are now in the 3rd month of the Islamic calendar. And what that means is, firstly, there's only 6 months left till Ramadan. So just the other day, we were fasting and we were praying al-Tarawih, and it was the month of Ramadan, and already half a year has gone by. Subhanallah, this shows us how time flies by, and time is not waiting for anyone, especially you guys as youth. We've mentioned before that it's important for all of you to take the opportunity and to not waste your time. So this shows us that Ramadan is only down the road again. The second thing, and the point that I wanted to focus on, students, is that in this month, the month of Rabi'ul Awwal, I'm going to choose someone from the first row, right? Someone from the first row here, from the brothers. Tell me one thing that happened, one historical event that took place, one special thing that happened in this month of Rabi'ul Awwal. Do any of you know? From the front line.
No.
No? Second row. Second row? No? Third row. From the kids. Adiyan, unfortunately, you're not part of that. No? Okay, come on then. Fourth line. You must know, right? 5th line. Not my class. 6th line. Who knows? Just put your hand up. Someone who can tell me, inshallah. Go on, Shahid, please share with us. Good. So, it was when the Prophet ﷺ was born. And we also know, history tells us, that it was also the month in which the Prophet ﷺ passed away. So not only was he born in this month, but he also passed away in this month. Now I'm going to pick a few other students at random from the brothers and sisters, so be ready. I'm going to ask you a few questions, or I'm going to ask you in fact to share a few things with me, because I want to learn from you guys. I want one of our students to tell me one fact about our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just so it will benefit me and it will benefit everyone else. We can learn some new things today, inshallah. So we'll start off, yeah.
He was a really good man. He used to help the poor people. He used to help people that used to get hurt or anything was happening.
Good, mashallah. So, our young student here mentioned that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to help the poor, which is a very good point. And this is what we are encouraged to do in the Quran as well. Yes, Suleiman.
He's a prophet.
Someone else? Yes.
He always ate with his right hand.
He would eat with his right hand. Okay, mashallah, that's a sunnah. That's a good sunnah. Something about him from his life. Tell us something that maybe not all of us know. Yes, sister at the back.
One day he saw a old woman that was carrying bags, and he helped her, and she went on and on about the Prophet, like saying bad stuff, and the Prophet didn't tell him her name, and after at the end she asked what his name was, and he said Muhammad, and then she became Muslim.
Very good. So this is a very famous story where the Prophet ﷺ, he was walking and he came across a lady who was a non-Muslim, and he helped her carry her bags, and she didn't know who he was. And she was the whole way, imagine you're walking with this woman and the whole way she's complaining about you. She doesn't know that you are this person that she's complaining about, but she's saying, oh, Muhammad, he came and he's caused all these problems, and Muhammad, he came and he's doing all these things, and he's such a bad man, and he does this and that. And at the end of the journey, after the Prophet ﷺ has helped her carry her bags, at the end she says, so who are you then? And he turns around and he says that, I am Muhammad, the guy that you're talking about. And obviously she realized that what she was saying was wrong. What she was saying was wrong. So very good. Yeah, someone else who hasn't put their hand up. Come on, you guys are very quiet here. Sisters at the back are very quiet. Yes, at the back, right at the back. Guys, be quiet so I can hear, please. Yeah, very good point. So the Prophet ﷺ was very, very patient in everything that he used to do. So whether it be in terms of eating, he never used to rush. In everything he used to be calm. He used to be patient. Whenever he would become angry, he would be patient. He wouldn't take his anger out on people. So this is another good point. Yes, Harun. He used to praise 5 times daily salah. MashaAllah. Yep. Praise God. Sorry? Yeah. Again, another etiquette of eating. The Prophet ﷺ would eat with his mouth closed and not disclose everything that he was eating to everyone else. Last one from sister at the back. I didn't hear that, sorry. Oh, okay, that's a good point. The Prophet ﷺ was born in the year of the elephant. Good point. And that leads us back to what I was saying. The Prophet ﷺ was born in the first year of the elephant, in the month of Rabi'ul Awwal. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So the Prophet ﷺ, as I was saying, was born in the year of the elephant in the month of Rabi'ul Awwal. And the only reason why I am mentioning this to you guys is because in this month in particular, we should have a special connection with the Prophet ﷺ. We should read up more about the Prophet ﷺ. And we should think about some of the sunnahs, think about his ways, his actions, some of the things that he used to do. And we should try and follow the Prophet ﷺ as much as we can. And here at this maktab, we wanted to actually award the students who have this akhlaq. Akhlaq means good manners and good character, because this good character comes from following the Prophet ﷺ. So if we realize that there is a student who maybe never used to do so good before in the past, maybe was not performing very well, but now we've seen that this student is behaving and he has good akhlaq, and we wanted to recognize these students and we wanted to reward these students, because this is something great. This is one of the main reasons why you guys are here. Now imagine if you leave this maktab and you leave as a hafid, you leave with very nice recitation, but you leave with bad manners, then we would probably say we failed in what we've done. But if you were to leave and just know maybe how to recite the Quran, you haven't memorized much, but if you leave as a good Muslim with good character, then we can say that we have succeeded in what we were trying to do and in our aims and objectives. So we wanted to recognize the students who have done well and have changed their behavior. And we also, of course, wanted to recognize the students who consistently are good and consistently have good akhlaq and good manners. So inshallah, unfortunately Mawlana Muqiyuddin, he won't be joining us to give us some short nasiha, but we will get straight to the prizes inshallah, because we don't really have much time and it will take some time. And again, every time we give out the prize, I request the teachers or the asatidha to please mention why they've selected this particular student, because we all want to know why this student was chosen. And for the students who don't get something today, don't receive something today, the students who are not awarded something today, then at least you will be able to find out what you can do to get to this level where you can be awarded. And remember, we're going to be doing this every term inshallah. So maybe about 3 times in 1 year, we're going to be awarding the students, because we want to recognize the good work that you guys do. So inshallah, we will be giving out the prizes now. Is it ready to start? Okay. We'll start giving out, inshallah. We'll start with the sisters, inshallah. Okay, so we are going to start with the sisters, inshallah. And these certificates in yellow that we are going to be giving out are certificates for displaying the best level of akhlaq. And I believe these certificates are for the students who have improved drastically and they've changed. So we are going to recognize these students, inshallah, and each of these students will also receive a gift, a small gift from us. So the first student's name that I want to call out is Amira Hassan. Amira Hassan. Amira here? Yeah, come and get your certificate, inshallah. When I call your name up, come and get the certificate, and inshallah your teacher will explain why you were chosen for this. MashaAllah.
Amira, mashallah, you've been very good since at the beginning. You were really naughty and you wouldn't take into consideration of what targets I set you. But recently you've been improved so much and you've been doing really good in your level, so mashallah.
MashaAllah. Please stay quiet, please respect. Please show some respect for the students that are receiving their gifts, please, inshallah. So, mashallah, as you heard from her ustada, Amira, she maybe wasn't the most well-behaved at the beginning of the year, but she has shown and proven to her teacher that she can behave, that she can have good manners. So mashallah, we have given her a small gift. MashaAllah.
It's a small gift, yeah.
We would love to have given something more, but to us this is a small gift. To you it might look big, but for students that have actually changed themselves, we want to give them a lot more. If only we could, inshallah, in the future we will be able to do so. The second student, again from the sisters for displaying the best level of akhlaq, is forgive me if I pronounce it incorrectly, Hafiz al-Rahman. Hafiz al-Rahman.
Definitely got this award because in the beginning we faced a lot of obstacles with your behaviour, but mashallah in the past 3 months you've improved a lot and you've become an example to the class for them to follow your character. Well done.
Okay, and finally from the Ustada's class, this is a brother this time. So we have young brother Azhar Muhammad.
Oh man, it's my sister.
Oh, sister, sorry. That was bad.
For me to choose a child for improved behavior was very, very hard because alhamdulillah, I can say that all the girls in my class, mashallah, they have shown good behavior, you know, throughout. They're showing respect, behavior, learning. You know, mashallah, they are all doing well. So it was a very difficult decision to make. But I feel that Azhar has improved. Okay, she has shown a lot of, she's starting to show a lot of respect towards others in the classroom as well, towards me, towards her learning, and she has made improvement. So mashallah, well done Azhar, and hope you keep it up. Inshallah.
Okay. Can I just ask, especially the brothers at the front, to stay quiet, please? Only then we can continue.
The next person who talks is going to stay here for another 15 minutes after Maghrib.
Okay. So again, we're continuing with the awards for the students who have improved their behavior and they've displayed a good level of akhlaq. So finally, from amongst the young students, after this we'll come on to the older students, so from amongst the young students, this one goes to Faizan Kareem.
Aaron, you're staying behind 15 minutes.
Okay. Faizan, I'm not sure if you remember, but in the beginning, you found it very difficult, you know, keeping up with your homework and keeping up with all the memorization. Do you remember? Yeah. Okay. So alhamdulillah, we've come really far, haven't we? Yeah. You're keeping up on top of all of your work. You're behaving really well in the break time. So keep that up, inshallah.
Okay, so we're moving on to the older students. It's just getting more difficult now. And they came to make decisions, but I'm going to pass it to Ustad Farhan. The microphone just coming. But this certificate and gift for major improvement and for displaying good level of akhlaq from Ustad Farhan's class. This one goes to Casey.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Lads in the front, please keep quiet. Once again, for me, it was an extremely difficult decision to choose Casey. There are a lot of talented boys in my class. I hope the rest could live up to that as well. When Casey first started with me, and this goes back beyond this year and last year as well, Casey struggled quite a lot in the Qaeda. Behaviour was an issue as well, but over the months, especially this year from September onwards, I'm proud to say, Casey, I'm happy to have you as a student, and I hope you continue. You've been a you've been a really good student and you've improved quite a lot. And I wish all the other students in my class also improved. And those who may feel that, you know, maybe I should have deserved it, I want you guys to trust in your teacher's decision. And I want you to know that in my eyes you're all equally the same, inshallah. And if it were up to me, I would have given prizes to most people. Put it that way. Jazakallah khair. Congratulations. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, this brings us on to my class. So again, this was a difficult decision, but this particular student that I've chosen, he's come a long way, mashallah. In terms of his behavior, it wasn't too great before. In terms of his reading as well, he's improved a lot. So in all areas, I feel he's improved, mashallah. He's been at this maktab for quite a while, and I've been teaching him for quite some time, and he's improved. And in fact, what I really liked about this student was that he used to take extra responsibility. He always wants to clean up. He always wants to do things in my class and help, clean up and organize things. So it's for this reason I am awarding this certificate and gift to Ahmed Muhammad. So as you've realized, we have Ahmed, and then we have Anas, and we had Ashab. So 2 brothers and sisters from the same family. So mashallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family. May Allah reward your parents. I think this is the main thing as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward your parents, because it's because of your parents that you're here today. It's because of your parents' efforts and their hard work that all of you are here today. And if for some reason you are good and you have these good manners and you have these good characteristics, then you can only thank your parents, because they are the ones who raised you. They're the ones who raised you. And you might think, okay, fine, so does that mean if I didn't win anything today, then my parents haven't worked hard? No, of course not. Your parents are working hard for you guys every single day. And it's up to you now, whether you let them down or whether you make them proud. And I've spoken to my class about this before, in the past, where your parents are making an effort for you guys, and your parents are sending you to this maktab for a reason. They really, really want you guys to become better Muslims. In hard times that we're in now, they really want you guys to be better Muslims. They really want you guys to learn the Quran and know how to read the Quran. So all of you, inshallah, should make this intention that you want to first of all please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you want to please your parents. Because honestly, your parents have done a lot for you guys. So please remember this. And after that comes your teachers. Your parents and your teachers, they are your guides. In your life, your parents and your teachers are your guides. Because when you become older and when you're more independent, you may not have your parents around. You may move out of the house. You may go somewhere else. Your parents won't be there to guide you. And your teachers won't be there either. Because if you go to university or you start working, you won't have that guidance from your teachers. You just go in for your lecture and you walk out again. They don't really care how you're doing. But when you're in school, when you're in maktab, your teachers care about you. They worry about your progress. They want you to do well. So please keep this in mind, especially for the older students. You guys are closer to this time than the younger students. The younger students still have some time, inshallah. But please remember this, and you can sit back down. And just one other thing that I wanted to mention is for the other students who feel as if they've been working hard and they've been trying hard, don't be disheartened. Don't be disheartened. These gifts that we've given out and these certificates that we've given out, they are specifically for the students who have improved and shown an improvement in their behavior. But please do not ever think that we're not aware of the students that are always good. Trust me, and I'm saying this as an ustad, and I speak on behalf of all the teachers, that we know the students that are doing well. We don't have to write it down. At the back of our head, we know the students that are doing well. I can tell you now, you know, obviously I won't tell you, but I know from my class who will do well. I can just see it. I know, I can list you the names right now. Ustad Farhan can do the same thing. He can see who will be successful. He can see who's got talent, who's got potential. So don't ever think that, you know, I've worked hard but I'm not getting anything out of it. You are getting your reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we will, of course, now, we will give out certificates to the students who have constantly been good from every class, because we want to recognize the efforts of these students as well, inshallah. Okay, so we'll start from my class this time. This certificate goes to a student who, mashallah, he's only been here for, you know, a couple of months. He's a fairly new student. But what I've seen from this student is dedication, good manners. He's never disrupted the class. He's always got on with his work, and he's consistently been good. So this award goes to Sa'ib Ahmed. A smaller gift for you guys, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all. Okay, next from Ustad Farhan's class. I know for a fact that this student is a very, very dedicated and hard-working student, very mature as well, even though he's still quite young. So I speak only on behalf of Ustad Farhan. This award goes to Fahim Mia. Okay. Next up we have Next up we have, again, for showing consistently good behavior and akhlaq, Aqdas Alam. MashaAllah. And continuing, this next award goes to Faisal Ubaid. Faisal, mashallah. Okay, from the sisters, we have Suraya Hafiza. Suraya, mashallah. Again from the sisters, this award goes to Saima Ahmed.
What are you laughing at?
He's laughing.
Okay, and once again from the sisters, this award goes to Marwa. Okay, few announcements inshallah. We're going to wrap up because you guys need to start slowly going back to your classes and getting ready for home time. First announcement is, of course you all know, this is the last day of the term, so you have a 2-week break. So 2-week winter break we call it, right? Yes. Yeah? 2-week winter break we're calling it. So you guys will be back inshallah from Tuesday the 5th of January. You will all be back ready for your classes again. So just a reminder for you guys, during these 2 weeks, please do not waste your time. I know it's going to be very easy to go out for shopping, it's going to be easy to watch all these movies that come on TV, but please, a request from all the teachers, do not waste your time. If you've been given homework, which in most classes you have been, then please complete this homework. Don't say you've forgotten. You have 2 whole weeks to do this with no school either. Also, remember as well that the people will be talking about Christmas and they'll be talking about the birth of Jesus, for example. But I've just told you guys that at this time of the year right now, is actually the birth of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So please remember the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be kind to your parents. Do a good deed during this holiday. Help your parents out. Help your family members out. Try and do as much good as you can. And please, when you come back, aim to be that student who has gotten the prize. Aim to be the student with the best akhlaq. We want to come to such a time where we are fighting over which student has the best akhlaq, because everyone has the best akhlaq. We don't want to fight over, oh, all these students are bad, we don't know which one to choose. We want to fight over which student is the best, because all of you are the best. And inshallah there will come a time where we'll have to give all of you a prize, because all of you are following the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I promise you, if you do that, if you clear your hearts and you really want to follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you'll be rewarded not only in this life, but in the akhirah as well. So that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is, you will all be receiving a letter regarding the parents' evening. So please, when you receive this letter, ensure that you give this to your parents. Please make sure you give this into your parents. This is very important for your parents to read. Another announcement, this is actually from me. I've mentioned this to my class, and I wanted to mention this to everyone, because I want you all to get involved, inshallah. So, I have here a poster for a writing competition. So, some of you may find that boring, others may be more interested. When I was younger, personally, I was interested in these things. So it's a writing competition. There are some good prizes available. There's an Amazon Kindle available. There's £50 worth of vouchers available. But don't do it for the prize. If you're interested, don't do it for the prize. Do it because this will be a good experience for you. You'll get judged on this. You might even get some feedback. And if you win, then this will be really good for you to carry forward when you go to school and college and things like that. When I was younger, I used to enter these competitions. I used to sometimes win these competitions, and it helped me when I went to college that I could mention that, look, I don't just do what I'm told to do in school. I do extra things. I go out of my way. I'm creative. I do writing. I do extra things. So, inshallah, if you're interested, if you're seriously interested, then before you go back to your class, just come and see me quickly so I can give you more details. Only if you're interested. If you're not, then no problem. But this is a short story competition, writing up to 500 words. So, any young brothers and sisters, by the way, this is for under 12s. Under 12s. So it's a mini writers competition. So if you are interested, if you're under 12, then the competition deadline is the 17th of January. Please come and see me before you go back to your class. Just let your ustad know, or let your ustad know you want to see me, and quickly come and see me. From me, that's all the announcements done. So slowly, inshallah, you can make your way back. Enjoy your holidays and enjoy your break. Assalam. Okay, boys, please stay seated. We'll start with the sisters slowly making their way back.